Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone, lamb live according to truth. परमोच प्रभु सत्य नित्य त्वमेव केवलम् अनुवर्तामहे सत्यम् अनुजीवाम केवलम् ओं शांति शांति शांति. Vande Mataram. The beautiful topic we are going to discuss on this glorious occasion, on this glorious morning, that is on our rebirth. There is queries, quests. There are so many queries and quests we find in each step of our life regarding this answer, birth and death and rebirth. These are the contrariety. These are the puzzles, the enigmas, the paradox of we are actually carrying throughout the entire day and night, from the time memorial till now, and towards the end. I don't know how long we will go, only the divine knows. This question will be there, and moreover these questions are there, puzzles are there, but yet to be solved. Thing is that we know we had a birth, right now we have a birth, and next also we will have a birth. The more people who are these conscious minds, they know the consciousness. In consciousness there is somewhere, it is their certitude is there. As the jatasya hi dhruvang mrityu, when somebody is taken birth, he will die. So likely there is also one confidence that is there. When as the birth is possible, or the birth is certain, like this, the rebirth is also there, because birth and death are ceaseless iterations cause, and it will continue. Maybe there is it is a ceaseless process, or there will be some breakage, there will be some gulf, there will be some separation, some will be there, nobody knows. But thing is that only things are decided. It is there, definitely it is there, but the soul has to decide according to our karma, that karma vada and all. So things are getting decided. I don't want to go in this brief time limit, of course. Anyway, we are going, we know that is also when the rebirth is a mystery. So we have to solve it in our in Sri Aurobindo's philosophy, Sri Aurobindo's profession, Sri Aurobindo's message, and of course through the Sri Aurobindo's explanations. We must be in a position to reach almost at a amicable, debatable end. So, Sri Aurobindo will try to quote one line from Sri Aurobindo. Then, of course, today whatever we'll discuss, it is everything from Sri Aurobindo. On rebirth, Sri Aurobindo has quoted beautifully one thing. We'll see it here. So, if there is the evolution of the conscious individual, very interesting, we must know it, we must follow it in a very clear manner, with clarity, all sort of clarity will take to try to understand. If there is the evolution of a conscious individual, evolution naturally is there, like evolution is also true. Involution we have reached here in the last stage is matter, and from the matter we have to go to the supernature towards upward wheeling will be there. If there is the evolution of the conscious individual, then there must be rebirth. There must be rebirth, Sri Aurobindo ascertains, and not only with rigid tones, Sri Aurobindo assures it is there, it must be there. And we know the soul is there, the spark of the divine, it is there inside us. So it has come to gain some experience, then progress and develop. This is the thing. And in writing of the mother, we can see earthly life is the place for progress. Sri Mother tries to explain, earthly life is the place for progress. It is here on earth that progress is possible during the period of the earthly existence. So it is here on earth the progress is possible during the period of the earthly existence. Mother quotes, it is there, you have to do. If you are not doing it here, do you feel something will be there later? So when you feel it must be done, it must be done today. When we are think it is today means now itself we can start. Let present now be the starting point. And it is the psychic which carries the progress It is the psychic which carries the progress from one form over from one life to another by organizing its own evolution and the development in itself, of course. So the psychic prepares everything. It is the psychic that actually prepares everything. So again, we'll go for the couple of couple of quotations from Sri Aurobindo. We'll see on this topic how Sri Aurobindo has quoted beautifully. The soul needs no proof of its rebirth anymore. Actually, the soul needs no proof of its rebirth anymore. It needs the proof of its immortality. Just imagine, we are most of the people, the major portion of the people world, they don't know what really soul is. But who are conscious, they must be aware of the term what Sri Aurobindo has quoted here. The soul needs not proof of its rebirth because he knows the thing is organized and carried out and guided by the soul only in the developing soul, that is psychic being through psychic being. It knows the proof of only immortality. For there comes a time when it is consciously immortal. That immortality is actually consciously immortal. We are going to focus upon one thing Sri Aurobindo has quoted in one thing. Thing is that to know the secret of the rebirth, how to know how to be perpetually reborn. Perpetually reborn is the secret of this material immortality. That he has given many clues. Out of these clues actually Sri Aurobindo has given to know how to be perpetually reborn. How to be perpetual reborn is the secret of the material immortality, has Sri Aurobindo quoted. We'll take one example, one beautiful example. We have taken one example. Of course, it is there. We seen in our naked vision. We read. We try to take classes and they explain in different seminars and of course in classes. But thing is that we know that the story of this sea eagle, this eagle is a big bird. We have seen that the eagle, it flies on the top, and it is having a giant power, tremendous force is there. Even it has power to lift a baby out from the lower horizon up to the sky. It can take it actually. So its longevity is almost 40 years. We know that is the great bird. The longevity is also a great 40 years it lives. After the 40 years, what happens? Its beaks get weaker. Its paws actually it gets also weaker. It starts penning it, and the wings it joins the mingles with the almost with the body. So never tries to keep up and fly in the air. It is difficult. So almost one will see that birth, growth, saturation, decay, death. That is the fundamental phenomenon. That is the principal rule we have know. So normally when there is a birth and growth and a saturation like this, the beaks are getting weaker and birds, these not actually working firmly. These wings, they are penning, not able to feed these wings so that it can fly. No, naturally the time of decay, not decay, it is the time of death. So what it actually does, that time some, not all, but some eagles, these high-winged eagles, high actually determined eagles, they go to the peak of the wood hill. There what they do, they try to break their beaks to pieces. Then what happens, then after some time actually new beaks develop. They try to break and destroy their pods so that it will be a new reshaped and a new form. And after this thing actually they try to clear the wings that they actually they try to clear it off. So that it is a difficult procedure, difficult phenomenon, because own body parts, it is getting actually broken or destroyed. So one by one it is actually very painful, because it is painful now, because this pain brings gain. This is almost 150 days actually this is a procedure. So after 150 days, what happens? This is actually difficult procedure, painful procedure. You can't imagine how much pain it is bearing. and after that new beaks are developed, new paws are developed, new wings are actually coming from the old what is destroyed. Then it gets the new birth. It is almost like a rebirth. It is almost one, because it was about to die. That was the period it was set for within that the 40 years it has to die. But actually it is creating immortality for a long life, another 30 with this newness after this 150 days gap and preparation. It is well prepared for another 30 years it survives. So if the eagle can do it, what's wrong with the human being? He feels that my job is gone, I have retired, my life is gone, I am awaiting for the death, nothing can be done. When somebody stops aspiring, he begins to die. That is the common principle we must understand. Like the bee, like the eagle, so we have to get the determination, we have to get the courage, we have to prepare ourselves. Maybe little bit of this pain, because eagle is bearing 150 days pain. With this 150 days pain, gain is 30 matter of 30 years. Just imagine, we can also do it, you can also do it. That determination is there. So if it is elongating the period life span up to 30 years, so if human mind, human will, determination is there, it can also prepare its oneself and move forward to in the path of immortality. So Sri Aurobindo quotes, it is the when we will know the secrets of the how to be perpetually reborn. That is the secret of the material immortality. Again we will go. Sri Aurobindo quotes beautifully. We can have a poem before going the poem of rebirth by Sri Aurobindo. We'll see. Mother has quoted, "If we go a little away within ourselves, if we go a little away within ourselves, we shall discover that there is in each of us a consciousness that has been living throughout the ages and manifesting in a multitude of forms." So thing is that we have to go inside, deep inside, we have to discover it, we have to prepare for it. That ability must be there. And we'll try to get the poem sonnet, that will be very interesting, that rebirth. Sri Aurobindo quotes it in a beautiful way. Not soon is God's delight in us completed. It is not completed, it is a perpetual motion, it has to go. Not soon is God's delight in us is completed, nor with one life we end. So about the rebirth, we have to go again and again. With this, the preparatory period, we have to be prepared for the next birth rebirth. Timelessly in us are our spirits seated, and the termless joy intended. That is the situation. And we'll a little bit we will speed forward. We'll sleep again. And even from this veil of mind and spirit looks out sometimes and sees the bygone aeons that our lives inhabit and the unborn centuries. Again, towards the end, Sri Aurobindo has quoted very beautifully, past motions of the stars, since long since traveled in time's far backward days. Just imagine how beautiful Sri Aurobindo has quoted. And again, Sri Aurobindo quotes the rebirth, a spiritual necessity, it has to be taken up. In the evolution, if the evolution is a truth, and not only the physical evolution of the species, but the evolution of consciousness, if that is possible, it must be a spiritual and not only a physical fact. The spiritual evolution must be there, and it is there. Rebirth is a logical necessity and a spiritual fact of which we can have the experience. And we have in Savitri also, we have seen the fashioning chamber of the souls. After this is going different levels, it goes. So spirit actually it chooses, and it actually fixes some odd experiences, it actually throws aside, and the necessary experiences actually they are put forward, and it has to decide when and where it has to take birth. Again, very beautifully we'll see sometimes the vital gets broken up. If something before death, some sexual desires with the part of the vital consciousness, it is there, so naturally we have to fall into the control of the dog, or some habitual movement of excessive greed that may carry us to the vital consciousness into the peak. So we have to be very conscious. The animal represents the vital consciousness with mind involved in the vital, so that naturally that things should be gravitate in the function. So this rebirth we must see and think. Thank you.